Richard Gad in the news, of course, about baby Reindeer. He was on Today with Hoda and Jenna, opening up about the catharsis of sharing his story of being stalked by a woman on the stand-up comedy stage, eventually in his Netflix series, of course, Baby Reindeer.
It was almost a personal therapy, and at first I did these shows. I took them to the Edinburgh Festival, and I got a great deal of healing from exploring, from writing stuff down, from putting out on a stage for people to feed back to. It led to such a huge catharsis and a huge self-acceptance that I just kept doing it.
What's funny is the lady is suing Netflix, and I don't think she's suing him, is she?
She's apparently, yes, we're talking about the woman, Fiona Harvey, who says that the show outed her, but she kind of outed herself, suing Netflix for $170 million?
Yeah, this story is going to either end really quickly or very expensively.
So curious. Well, now TMZ is reporting this, Barnes, that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are reportedly selling their $60 million Beverly Hills, California home. That's the marital home that they bought together.
A year ago?
Getting ready to sort of unhinge and get rid of all assets as they prepare for a divorce.
And I heard that she is going out everywhere telling everybody that tour was on a 78% sales rate, which I don't buy because I saw maps for at least 7 cities where the majority of the tickets, it was more like 78% of the tickets were available.
Well, in all fairness, the concert business right now, there's so many festivals and tours, a lot of them are hurting, although a lot of them are doing really well.
But the most we've ever seen in a year, I can't even imagine a year where we saw more than we've seen this year.
A little shocking, this story. Comedian George Lopez made waves at his recent comedy show at California's Eagle Mountain Casino. He left the stage due to audience interruptions, which happens all the time. So I'm wondering why he couldn't handle this. But of course, somebody found it and captured it on their camera phone. It happened during a marijuana bit in his set. Now, despite his attempts to continue, his patience wore thin after multiple interruptions. A woman even asked if she could buy him a drink. And then he was like, I can't even continue. He walked off the stage. The casino is now on Instagram expressing their disappointment.
So the weird thing about this audio, you're going to have to strain to listen. It's not the best audio. It comes from TMZ. So you can hear someone's cell phone goes off, someone's talking, and he starts giving them strikes. Like there's 1, there's 2. And then at one part, someone calls him an ass blank. And then you can visibly see him getting more and more upset. Now, I don't know when George Lopez started looking like George Washington, but it's the strangest look. He looks completely different than the George Lopez that you imagine. So try to follow along with this, and you'll hear, obviously, when he bails.
For anxiety, people can go to the doctor and write a prescription.
Get a prescription.
That's one. You go to the doctor and they write your prescription. That's 2. Are we going to be able to let me do the show? Should I just cut it right now? I'm serious. I seem like I'm the one working. So, listen, I'm waiting to come back over here, man. Come on, please. Just watch the show. That's all you have to do. Don't even come back if you want to. Just relax, man. You're fine. Seriously.
So he says, that's it. And he just puts the mic on and slowly walks off.
I'm surprised. I wonder if he hasn't done stand-up in a while. I mean, that's, obviously he's an actor and he's had television shows, but that was surprising to me.
But yeah, for him to be like, just shut up and watch the show, like at that point,
having a bad day.
Yeah, you've lost him already.
Nick Cannon, pretty famous these days for everything from his podcast. Of course, he's the host of The Masked Singer. And of course, having a ton of kids, 12 to be exact, with 6 different moms. And he might have plans to up that number. It turns out he has insured his quote-unquote family jewels for $10 million.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, he used an online survey from Dr. Squatch to find out how much he was worth down there. I didn't realize that you could have those, what do you call it?
Assessments?
Anyway, I guess, right? Appraised, maybe? Appraised, but anyway, he says he likes to get down in the bedroom, so he's not ruling out having more kids.
Now that Dr. Squatch has assured my for $10 million, I've officially got the most valuable in the world.
How has this guy had such a... It seems like he's had a big career.
Big career, and, there was some falling out for a little while, and then he came back, and he's really good as a host. And who knew The Masked Singer was going to be such a success? I still don't get that show.
Well, in America, whatever talent before that. I mean, he falls into these big gigs.
It's crazy. Hey, one of your top fivers is in the news.
Who?
Reese Witherspoon. It turns out that's not her real name. She was given the name Laura Jean Reese Witherspoon, but shortened it. So she was doing this interview with Vanity Fair with Nicole Kidman. I don't know if you saw it or not.
Of course I saw it.
Yeah, they were talking about shooting Big Little Lies, which is coming back. I guess Nicole outed that it was coming back with Laura Dern, but Reese calls her by her last name.
Yeah, that was strange.
And Nicole's like, I don't like how you call her Dern. She's like, well, I can't call her Laura. You know why? Because my name is Laura, and it's confusing to me. Who knew her name was Laura?
So weird to see them interviewing each other.
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
But Leslie, that's showing you she's back on the circuit, which means it's time for you to get to work.
Yeah, she's back. She's definitely back on the circuit.
Come on.
In more ways than one. That's your Celebrity Sleaze.